Hi, Grandma. I'm Ronald. Grandma, I can't really understand what you're saying.
Damn my age. Ronald, Grandma's sweetheart, you came to see me? You're so emaciated. Are you eating enough?
I have a serious allergy to plums that totally ruined my will to live.
Well, sometimes we all get a bit constipated. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Try some baked apples or kiwis.
Grandma, didn't you have yourself cremated?
Do you really think I'd let them lock me up in a vase? I corrupted the gravedigger by telling him to fill the urn with chewing gum.
I noticed that.
Your favorites. Anything for my little Ronnie.
It'd really be too much for her. What is Grandpa doing over there?
He's been trying to get out of his coffin for days now. Except every time he forgets to watch his head.
Well, at least he leaves you alone.
It's about time. It wasn't enough for him to torture me when I was alive. I didn't even have time to die before he felt compelled to do the same.
I'll come back and visit you very soon, Grandma. You are aware that this request makes no sense at all, right? Too sticky. I won't be able to get it off my hands.
Wait a minute, Ronald. It's dangerous out there. It's full of atheists. Take this.
Ronald and I loved to watch their black and white movies. It's a single epitaph subdivided onto the two gravestones.
It's chilly down here.
Not even death made them lose their sense of humor. It's too dark to move forward in there. First, it should be lit, and then picked up. Hey, can I have a light? Hello, McFly? Anybody home?
quiet or my husband will hear us. Cuddle me, hot stuff. Rah!
6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
It's fine where it is. One of those old... My grandma would have crawled through glass to have one of these when she was young. One of those old rag dolls people played with once upon a time. My grandma would have crawled through glass to have one of these when she was young.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the
Automatic lighting system activated.
I didn't know how to name him. Am I right?
You didn't know how to name what?
You. It's your name.
No, I have no name.
Maybe it's precisely because your parents didn't know how to name you.
Perhaps.
So I'm right. That's your name.
I already told you it's not my name.
You should get yourself in shape again.
Why do you say that?
Maybe because you can't even get out of your burial plot?
I just put myself on a diet. I haven't touched a pizza in weeks.
Only because he devoured the errand boy too, last time.
What happened to your arm?
I was too hungry, and I bit it.
It must have really hurt.
But it was good.
I'm assuming you're a cannibal, then.
I make no distinction when there's food involved.
You don't mean to try to eat me too, right?
If they were all like you, I'd have starved to death by now.
Actually, you're right. I'm going out for a walk. Maybe you can join me later, okay?
Black magic for daily consumption. There must be a reason it's been here for so many years without anyone picking it.
Chapter 1. Witchcraft. How to curse your mother-in-law and live happily. Capture a wild animal to associate with the victim. 80% of readers pick a toad or a snake. Wait for midnight and the moonlight to baptize the animal with her name. Free your the animal, in open country. Your beloved acquired mummy will thus lose the power of speech. Remove the earplugs and enjoy the new silence. Achtung! Unfortunately, the above-mentioned witchcraft is not effective on wives and husbands. Chapter 2. Seances. How to satisfy your edible complex even if your mother left you. Sit around a table with other people who want to communicate with your dead mother. Therefore, avoid inviting your wife. Light up a wax candle in the center of the table. Create a circle, holding hands or touching with the pinkies. At this point, close your eyes and evoke the dead towards you. Some dead people don't like to talk, so prepare an alternative medium like a pen or a typewriter. Aktung. Always remember to avoid antagonizing the dead if you want to communicate with her once again, but mostly avoid antagonizing your wife. Chapter 3. Voodoo Practices. How to get revenge on the school bullies while keeping your distance. Recover some hair or nail samples from the concerned bully and attach it to a doll. Then place a voodoo doll in the center of a pentacle. Close your eyes and channel your hate on the bully. Imagining him with his head in the toilet increases the chance of success. If the ritual is successful, the doll will assume the features of the designated victim. Grab a needle or some pins to stick into the voodoo doll. Enjoy your revenge. Aktung. Don't damage the doll by removing its limbs or head. Keep out of reach of children. Chapter 4. Love Potions. How to get out of the friend zone and overcome restraining orders. Acquire a photo of your future love. You shouldn't have problems after so many years of stalking. Dip some rose petals and cloves in a water and red wine solution. Bring the mixture to a boil. After cooling, drink the love potion you just completed. Wait comfortably at home for his or her arrival. Aktung. Always remember to take proper precautions. Good evening.
Hi, pretty bones.
What happened to your head?
My dear, I'm a zombie. I'm decomposing.
Yes, I read the hotspot label, but it was hard to believe.
Oh, sweetie pie, you're making me blush. But then again, it's normal to cause confusion when you're lucky enough to putrefy in such a sublime way.
I could even be envious. So, you like brains, right?
Of course, pretty bones. I love brains. But only the male ones, if you know what I mean.
Only too well. Nice dress.
I wore it on the day of my wedding.
I guess it's a memory you really care about.
Obviously, considering it's the same day I committed suicide.
Forgive me, I didn't know.
Cyanide, for the record. She was incredibly beautiful, but she wasn't exactly my type.
I suppose it wasn't about the color of her hair.
And I couldn't stand that she had smoother skin than mine. I just couldn't wrap my brain around it.
What are you doing locked in here?
This was the crypt of my family once, so I was buried here.
A long time ago, it seems. Exactly how old are you?
Don't be rude, darling. It's not polite to ask a zombie his age.
I humbly apologize. You smell really good.
Oh, honey, slow down with the advance. Don't be so shameless. I use a mix of bubble bath and body butter. They're really great. Anyway, I must say that for a little bone like you, you smell good too.
I really have to go now.
Come back and visit me sometime, little star.
don't have the strength to counter still. If only I could attach the hair to the rag doll. I suppose I need to find a way to attach the hair to it first. Wake up, old man!
You needn't shout like that.
You're right. Excuse me.
I forgive you.
Listen, could you maybe sew some of this hair on the head of this doll?
An unusual request. But I perceive no reason not to indulge you. Give it to me.
Too kind. Okay, negative thoughts. Nothing easier, all because of how easily I can project my complete hate of other people. It's basically an action figure with a blonde tuft. You are aware that this request makes no sense at all, right? "65% proof." On the house.
You can never say no to a drink. Hey, you! What do you think you're doing?
Take away alcohol from a grown... I would kill anyone who touched my snack.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes.
It won't work.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
Stop for a second. I want you to reflect on what you just asked me to do. I don't understand how on earth that would work.
Days, 6 hours, 42.
No way, it's closed, and I can imagine. Worse than mixing beer and Coke. On the house.
You can never say no to a drink. Hey, you! Hey, you!
Wielding a shovel in front of a 6'5" guy, well, maybe.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end. A storm is coming. I'm here.
On the house.
You can never say no to a drink.
Yes, good boy. Drink. Don't look at me that way. I had no other choice. Look at him. He's sleeping like an angel. A few hours of sleep won't be bad for him. He was too stressed. Don't be hasty. First, I need to place the arm over the wardrobe. First, I need to place... Well, one of the few advantages of my skeletal form is that I'm unaffected by electric shocks. Do I look capable of moving a wardrobe all by myself? I prefer not to risk finding a snake under my sweater. I really don't know what to say. It's a child's dream coming true. The cave painting idea might be set aside.
What do you mean?
Look for yourself to my right.
I'll be darned. This will be worth a lot of money. Neolithic my foot. Come on, let's go. We've got work to do.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
I think it acts as a key for the spaceship or something like that. It's the same size as the fishing pole disc. There's something unhealthy about asking me to do this. You are aware that this request makes no sense at all, right? Already done. Already done. The best way to arouse a hipster. I wouldn't know how to use it. If that is meant to be the Red Sea, someone must have hugely exaggerated the storytelling. I prefer not to risk finding a snake under my sweater. This reminds me of the famous 1947 accident, but I'm not a US government agent.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
I don't think those two would be particularly enthusiastic about it. I think I'll suggest installing one of these near your house. You never... King Kong smoking a pipe, sitting triumphantly over Godzilla, probably defeated single-handedly, and with a death note in his hands. The amount of epicness on this float is impossible to calculate. Maybe in my second life. Do I really have to remind... I didn't know I'd need to go through all this to get it. Do I look capable? Already done. I didn't think anybody still used those. I understand this is outdated technology, but you need a tape. I have nothing I want to get rid of. Though, come to think of it... Waste. Hey, wait a minute. Seems Santa Claus came early this year.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
This is shaping up to be very fruitful fishing, finally.
I can't believe you did it.
I am a real pro. What can you do?
Why don't you take a look at your pockets?
How on earth did you do it?
When you spend your life escaping from the IRS, you can't survive without certain tricks.
And how did you end up running a carousel?
Social services. Anyway, with that coupon, you can collect a prize of your choice at the kiosk just outside the city. Oh, I almost forgot. Be careful going around with that other little bag I gave you.
Oh God, what other little bag?
I was just joking.
You're not funny at all.